Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is gonna be a little different, but yeah, I'm just gonna talk in this video. I tried to do this thing while playing Minecraft, but it wasn't working for some reason because the bar where I can turn on the mic and the recording, it didn't show up for some reason, and I wasn't in the mood to try to look it up. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, using a black screen, so you can just do whatever while listening to this video because there's nothing to see. Yeah, and as you saw by the title, this is probably gonna be a little rant slash ramble video about feeling stuck in the place that I am right now, where I'm living. I want to say that I like where I live. I'm very thankful for my apartment. I'm very thankful that I live in a safe place. I'm very thankful that I live close to my family. I guess you could, there's not really a but there is a but. I mean, there shouldn't be a but there is. That's what I'm trying to say. I um I just feel stuck here. And I don't really know how to deal with it because this is a small city where I live. There's nothing to do here. I mean, there is something to do, but there's not really anything interesting or that would interest me with the things that I want to do. So what I do is I go to the big city like every week, every other week, and do something there with people. And I like it. And I'm an introverted person, and so I'm always kind of nervous before doing it, but 99% of the time I like it. Okay, there hasn't really been a time where I was like, okay, fuck, that was bad, that was a waste of time, I hated it. Okay, so so I always look forward to doing it, and it's always a good experience. Now, yesterday I was in the city again with my best friend. There we met an acquaintance. I think that's what you call it, slash almost a friend. We're on the way there. He's from the state, from the same state as me and my best friend, and he's really funny. I mean, he's a bit older than us, but only like 5, 6 years, so it doesn't really matter. But when you go to the big city and you're from the same state, you immediately have like something in common, and a connection is, that sounds a little, sus, but I think you know what I mean. And three other people came as well, and we met at a bar. And after that, we went to a Latin club slash disco, you know. And I'm not a party animal, and I'm not the biggest fan of clubs, but sometimes I just want to do it because I just want to do it. I just want to be one of the guys or one of the girls, not one of the girls, but one of the people. That's what I'm trying to say. And I love it. Yes, I'm not a good dancer. I don't want to say I hate dancing, but I'm not good at dancing. I don't know how to dance. But then again, at a disco or at the club, you don't have to know how to dance. As long as you kind of move and it kind of looks like you're dancing, you're fine. Everything is okay. You don't have to worry about it. And we were there at this Latin disco, and the vibe was great. The prices were up there, I guess you could say. But, I guess my best friend and I, we got the cheapest options because we don't drink alcohol. We just drink a soft drink and water. And I drank a beer because the guy, he asked me, what do you want? And I said, a Coca-Cola. And he gave me a Corona beer. I don't know how he could fuck it up. But yeah, I drank it. I accepted it. I didn't complain because I was like, whatever. He already opened it. I don't want to fucking argue with anyone or whatever. I don't want to be a Karen, even though I would not be a Karen. But whatever. Yeah, and we had a great time there. We were dancing. There were many great people, many beautiful people. You know, my type. My dating type is kind of Latin American. I like Latin American women. They are very beautiful. They are very spicy. I like their personalities and I like their culture. I I don't like the culture here in my country because the people, including me, unfortunately, people are always grumpy and always like, I don't want to, and I don't want to do this and that, and they're always like, so negative. And I'm also like, I'm the same way, but I don't really, realize it, unfortunately, when I do complain. But when other people complain, I'm like, okay, man, shut up. Don't always complain so much. It's kind of weird, I know. Hypocritical, maybe, I don't know. And, with Latin American culture, I love watching people travel to countries in Latin America because I just like the people, I like the vibe, I like the food. It's just different. This is what I'm trying to say. It's just different from all the same shit that I'm dealing with here all the time. And, so far in my adult life, I'm 21 years old, I've been on 2 vacations without family. The first one was last year with my girlfriend at that time, now ex-girlfriend. We went to a pretty famous tourist location, spent a few days there. The weather was shit, but it was great because, I got away from all of this stuff right here, had a week vacation, didn't have to work, didn't think about that. I'm not complaining about work in this video, so don't think that I hate work or whatever. But I was away from the people, away from seeing always the same buildings, always the same everything. This was a new area, completely new. I didn't have to worry about anything. I was the king there. I was the guest at the hotel. If I wanted something, I could have told them and they would have done it for me. But I'm obviously not like that. But I guess you know what I'm trying to say. You leave the box that you live in, you know. So that was great. And my second vacation was after the Christmas holidays, December with my best friend. We went to another city for I think it was 4 days, and it was great. The same thing. There was a new country. I've been to that country, but like in a different way. Only like for shopping or for going to a restaurant, because it's like right next to mine. And the people, the tourists, the restaurants, the old buildings and everything. This is just something that I really love, and it's just so much fun to see and to experience. And this is a great feeling. But when you return to your area, when you return to your everyday normal life, it's kind of depressing. And it's the same way with going out and clubbing and going to the city and meeting people in the city. Because there I feel invincible. I feel like the king. I feel like a superhero. I feel like I'm improving my social skills. I feel like I'm improving my overall behavior in public, I guess you could say, because I'm a very quiet person. And it just feels, it's so much fun, And then when I go to the city, I feel like, okay, this is what is possible in life. Those are the good sides of life. Obviously, the people in the city have the same problems as me. They have to work, they have to pay, they have whatever relationship problems or whatever, But I think you know what I'm trying to say. But I go to the city and there I feel invincible and feel like I don't have to worry about a single thing. And then I drive home. I wake up in the morning. Usually after going out, I can't sleep. I just cannot fall asleep for whatever reason. Probably, you're full of adrenaline, full of energy. You're happy you did something cool. And then you have to just lay down, relax, from one moment to the next, pretty much. And that's kind of annoying. I hate that about going out, but I can accept it. I can deal with it. And when you come back here and you wake up and it's like you're in your apartment and you see the same things yet again. It's like, you the night before you escape to a dream world almost, quote unquote dream world. And when you wake up, it's back to business. It's back to the same things. It's back to the same environment, the same people, and it's just so boring and annoying. And this is why I feel trapped, you know? I want to move to the city. I want to live there while I'm young. I'm 21 years old. I'm gonna be 22 this year. Um, my new job that I have is close to the big city. So I'm kind of thinking if everything goes well there, if I like it there, if they like what I do, if I stay there, which I'm praying that I will because it's a great place to work at, then I will move to the city. Then I will move there and I will live there at least for my young years that I still have left. That means I'm gonna live there until I'm, I don't know, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna meet my wife in like 4 or 5 years and then we're gonna want kids. And maybe we don't want them to grow up in the big city and we prefer them to grow up more in the countryside. Then, maybe then I'm gonna leave the city. Who fucking knows? But, I want to live there. I want to be able to come home from work and have so many possibilities of what I can do. Maybe I feel like, hey, work was good, had a good day. It's only, I just come home, or I just came home. I don't know, it's 4:30 p.m. There's still a lot of daylight left, during the summer. I want to go to a bar and just sit down, have a drink, or a cocktail, whatever, doesn't matter, and just sit there and relax and just take it all in. And of course, there's bars in my city, but they're like so fucking average. It's always the same. I know it. I've been there. I know what it looks like, and I know all the people that work there from, seeing them. I don't know them personally. And this is exactly what makes it so fucking boring. And this is exactly what makes it so feel like a waste of time. Okay, there in the city, there's I don't want to sound like I'm obsessed with it. There's the Latin American bars, Australian, fucking British pub, German, local, fucking whatever. There's so many possibilities, so many places, so many restaurants with different food. There's like these cute restaurants. I was there with my ex-girlfriend one time. It was a small Asian restaurant with like, I don't know, 5 tables for like 2 people. There was only space for 10 customers, but they told us, we are very lucky because it's always booked out. It's always so many people calling and reserving a table, and normally it's almost impossible to get the table there without, calling or reserving a table. You know? And that's so fucking cute, Here you have the fucking average restaurants with always the same food. And it's so boring, and I'm just so sick of it. And I hate it. And I've been feeling like this for the last, I guess you could say 6, 7 months, because before that I never went out to the city. I never did. Never. And now that I start, I never had the desire to leave my place because, I didn't have quote unquote access to the city. I didn't know what it was like. I didn't really care about it. I was like, I'm happy here. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because, I was living with my girlfriend at that time. We were living together. I mean, sometimes we went to the city for like date night, which was great. But, it was different. Now that I'm sitting here by myself, I feel like I have the desire to get out there and meet more people. And it's the same thing with my first ex-girlfriend. She came here from another country far, far away. And she came here and suddenly she lived in a nice city, so much to do, so many nice people from all kinds of different cultures. It's safe, you don't have to worry about something happening to you, especially compared to where she was from, or where she is from, I don't know. And I guess this was also one of the reasons why the relationship didn't work, because she saw, okay, there's so much potential here, so many things to do. And at that time, I was not mature enough or experienced enough to understand these sides, like these, I don't know how to say it, like, but the desire, I didn't understand it. I was like, what the fuck? What is so good about always going out? Like, what is so great about that? I mean, come on. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to go out all the time. You know, on the weekend, I want to have one evening slash night where I'm just sitting here in front of my PC, listening to music, playing video games, watching YouTube, doing all kinds of shit. And then the other day, I want to have fun and go out. I don't care if I go out on Friday or on Saturday, it doesn't really matter, but I want to have one chill night and one night full with action. I guess you could call it quote unquote action. And this is what I want to do. And this is what I want to experience. And I know that I just cannot do it if I stay here. I will be unhappy and I will hate myself if I don't move to the city, if I let this opportunity pass. Because now I'm still young, but in 10 years I'm gonna be 31 years old, and obviously in the big city it's different. Even if you're 30, you can still meet people. I've met plenty of people that are a lot older than me, and I get along with them, and they're great people, and they're very nice. You know, one of my best friends. I'm gonna call him one of my best friends because he really is. He's 37 years old. You know, he's so much more life experience, and he's very different to me. I mean, you know, we are day and night. You know, we are completely different, but we get along. You know, we can talk about all kinds of things, and you know, this is exactly what I mean. Like in the city, people are so much more open and accepting. You know, here where I live, you know, have fun meeting friends because it's fucking impossible. People always say, yeah, join a club, join a sports team. But the people here in my area or where I live, you know, I cannot like associate with them because the way they act is just so fucking dumb, in my opinion. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, I could join a sports team, but I know that I would get along with the people, but I wouldn't feel like, okay, this is somebody I want to be friends with because they're so different, and they laugh about stupid shit that I don't think is funny. I laugh at stupid shit that they don't think is funny, obviously. But yeah, the people that live here are just not for me. I just don't think that I would get along. I know that I would not get along with them. And my best friend, he's the same way. You know, eh, he's kind of like 50-50 about moving to the city. I talked with him today. You know, maybe we want to rent an apartment together so it's less expensive, which could be an option, you know. Normally, I always thought I will never live with another person who is not my partner. But you know, he's very organized. You know, he likes to keep things clean or and organized, and that's perfect. And we get along. You know, we're like brothers. You know, we never get tired of each other. We always have stuff to laugh about together. You know, we think very similar about a lot of topics, and you know, so this would be great. But yeah, I mean, this is just the way I'm feeling about everything. I just feel like here, if I stay here, I'm missing out on so many great opportunities and so many great things that I can experience there, but I cannot experience them because I'm here, you know? And this is just a very scary and depressing feeling. And you know, today I've been feeling very restless, like very anxious and very like I don't know how to describe it, but I'm like I cannot sit still. I can't play video games because I'm like I get bored of it. I feel there's so much going on in my head that I cannot focus on the video games. I don't really want to listen to music. I already went out to, you know, walk around twice, is something that I never do. But I just had to do it today. And it's just something that I have thought about before, but today is the worst day that I've had regarding that topic. I've never felt so weird about it. And I mean, what can I say? I guess you could say, yeah, bro, but you can still live in your place and go out on the weekends. That is true, but I don't want to drive to the city all the time, because fuel is or gas, whatever, it's fucking expensive. It takes time to get there. I have to pay for parking, you know, and if I go, I have to go. It would be such a waste if I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to go and turn around. If I live in the city, I have my fucking card for the entire year for the subway and I'm so sorry, and for the tram, I think it's called. And then I can just like, what, fuck it, I'm just gonna take the next one back home, and that's it. And that can be spontaneous. If somebody in the city texts me, hey, you wanna come? I'm like, okay, but first I have to get ready, then I have to drive there, then I have to drive to the parking garage. From the parking garage, I have to take the public transportation and all that stuff. It's a full program, I guess you could call it. It's not just, okay, I'm coming, taking the subway and going there. No, no, no. In my case, there's way more to it. The people that we go out with sometimes in the city, my best friend and I, they always tell us, you have to move to the city, come to the city. And I know it's true. And deep down, my best friend also knows it's true. But, it's obviously finding a place to live and the money and all that stuff it's really not that easy. It really isn't. And then you need a place where you can park your car, because I have a car, he has a car. That's also something that you have to think about and manage and organize. But I think it's worth it. And if everything goes well at the job that I'm at right now, and I still work there by next year, and I still like it, and they still like me as an employee, I will actively look for an apartment. And I've talked with my mom about this last year or a few months ago, and she said, you know what, I can understand it if you want to move to the city. I can really understand it. Because, I've never, from 18, no, okay, let's put it like this. Until I was like 21 years old, I never went out. I was always fucking at home. I was always bored at home, I was always like, I had nobody to spend time with. And then I reconnected with my best friend. And, this is what started everything. And I'm very happy and thankful for that. And yeah, this is kind of what's been going on in my head. This video is pretty long. But yeah, this is the way I'm feeling currently. I feel restless at the moment. During the week, I feel normal again because, you have other things to worry about. You don't really think about the weekend and partying. You think about focusing on your work and getting home and resting, preparing your food and all these things, which I know that I would also have to do if I live in the city. But I just feel like the vibe would be different if I, take this or drive in the city, take the subway, whatever. There's so many people who are doing the same thing, and I would feel different. I know that so many people are working, but I would feel, like I'm part of the team almost. We all have to do the same thing. We're all going through it. So, this would give me a little extra motivation because I know I wouldn't be alone. And I know that I'm not alone. I know everybody works, but I think I hope you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. This was my little rant / ramble video about that topic. I hope you liked it. Yeah. And I hope you have a good week. And that everything goes well. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.